Hey everybody, welcome back to Retro Modding News, my weekly video where I talk about what's new and upcoming in the world of retro console modding. First up this week, we have a pretty interesting post from Voultar here. He has a Super Nintendo here, and it looks like something coming out of the multi-out. This could possibly be an RGB bypass for the 2-chip SNES. Let me give you a little backstory here. If you head over to Bob from Retro RGB's website, there is a good comparison of the different versions of the Super Nintendo and their RGB output. Now I think for the most part, the Super Nintendo Junior, or he's calling it the Super Nintendo Mini in this screenshot, has the sharpest RGB output of any of the Super Nintendo types. There's also the 1-chip SNES, which is this one in the middle here, which is the original style Super Nintendo shell, but it only has one processor inside of it. The 2-chip variant is the same shell as the 1-chip style SNES. The 2-chip style usually has the blurriest output of any of the Super Nintendo types. Now I'm pretty sure that the majority of the Super Nintendo consoles that are out there in the wild are probably this 2-chip version of the Super Nintendo. So if we can finally have an RGB bypass that will sharpen the output for these 2-chip Super Nintendos, I think that's going to be huge for Super Nintendo owners. I can't really say if this is a RGB bypass for the 2-chip Super Nintendo. We're just gonna have to wait and see when Voultar talks about more about this mod. Next we have a pretty incredible portable Sega Saturn from teases MWX DIYer. If you look at this picture here on Twitter, you'll see it's the one in the middle. Actually, there's two of them. One of them has a Fenrir and the other one has a Phobie. But these Sega Saturns are inside this really professional looking shell. I don't know if this is from a different type of project, but it looks like it has like a molded shell with the Sega Saturn style buttons here. It looks really well done. We've got some more tweets here too. This one is going to show it off, comparing it to the Sega Game Gear size-wise. And then there's some kind of a dock here which duplicates whatever is on the screen here. Oh, look at that, they plugged in a Sega Saturn controller too. But it duplicates the video onto a screen behind it. It even has this link compatibility. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't own a Saturn when I was a kid, but I mean, that's pretty interesting how you can have two of these portable Sega Saturns can connect to each other. That's pretty cool. This post here is actually showing the cut down Fenrir that they put inside of the case here, I guess so that they can make it small enough to fit inside of that shell. And finally, someone posted in my Discord this picture here, which is basically the Sega Saturn motherboard cut in half, and then the traces were repaired on both sides so that it could be folded in half. This is really awesome work, but I just wanted to let everyone know that this is probably not going to be coming in the form of a kit anytime soon. This is just somebody's DIY project. Last but not least, we have this video from RMC talking about some MiSTer Multisystem updates. I'm gonna leave this video in the description. I think that if you're interested in MiSTer at all, it's worth watching. They talk about a bunch of different features of the MiSTer Multisystem, and here they talk about different add-ons for the MiSTer Multisystem. So this first one here is sort of a Pi hat for the MiSTer Multisystem that allows you to use different projects that run off of a Raspberry Pi, such as the MT32 Pi, which is sort of a MIDI device that extends the functionality of the MiSTer. The other add-on that they're showing off is this interesting analog video cartridge, which provides composite video as well as S-video to the MiSTer Multisystem. The MiSTer Multisystem already has RGB output, but with this expansion, you could have composite and S-video coming out at the same time. Well, technically all four, because on the left here you have the digital HDMI output, then you have RGB output on the right, and then S-video in the middle. They just didn't have a fourth monitor to show the composite running too. And finally in this video, they talked about a portable MiSTer prototype that they've been working on. This one here is actually a prototype, not the one that they're working on now. This was an original prototype. Here's the other prototype they've been working on. They call it the Multisystem Handy, or MiSTer Multisystem Handy. It has a D-pad here on the left, has BA, X, Y, start buttons, select button. It has a 16:9 screen, but they also showed off that you can use this magnetic faceplate here to kind of just crop the screen to be 4:3 if you're using a 4:3 core. And another cool feature is this sort of tate mode where you can change it sideways and have like portrait style games displaying on the screen. They didn't talk about availability or anything, but I think a portable MiSTer would be a really great addition to the sort of MiSTer family. There's a lot of great handheld cores. I think it would just be a great way to play those handheld MiSTer games on this handheld MiSTer. That's it for this week. If you want to suggest a news story to me, follow me on Twitter or join the Discord. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.